torrential downpour. Well, we had a big torrential downpour this morning, and we've had a lot of rain since the 1st. Today's January 14th. Since New Year's Eve, we have had an astounding amount of water all at once. But what do you say we go check out the creek real fast? The one that's usually dry. It's called Dry Creek. So, hold on. I swapped the hiking boots for the rubber boots. This is normally a trail, but as you can see, it says trails closed partly because these trees are dropping like flies. But this down here is supposed to be Dry Creek. Doesn't look too dry, but usually the creek is about from like that pillar maybe over to this pillar. It's definitely on overflow mode, and there's a bunch of homeless encampments down there. They've moved to higher ground. I'm not going to go down the trail, but I just wanted to give you a look at what the water looks like. This is the tree where you grow chargers, apparently. Years ago, back in the, when was that, 97, 98, something like that. And then again, around 2010, the water was up to the roadway. But more will be coming because we have had a lot of snow. Finally, we've had a lot of snow. Again, like I said before, that's the problem with California. We don't have rain for years, and then all of a sudden we get it 7 years worth all at once, which is a problem. This is the trail. You can see it's not a very user-friendly trail right now. But yeah, let's go see what else we can find, okay? This is not so dry creek. That is supposed to be a tiny little thread of a creek over there, and it's now overflowed into these people's yards. They've got a couple of horses over there that are in the mud. There's more over there. We have rain. We have water. That's the problem with California. We don't have rain. We don't have rain. We don't have rain. And then all of a sudden we get it all at once. That's Dry Creek. Not so dry. It's a path. It's a parkway, grassy area for hiking and horseback riding and things that aren't going to happen right now. So we're going to go and check out a few things just to see how it looks, because earlier this morning, about 3 hours ago or so, we had a cell come over town, and it was ginormous. It just 25 minutes it took to go past, and it was just torrential downpours. So this, I'm not sure why. It's along the road. I mean, just, there's the road and all that, but this hole goes straight down to the creek. Who thought of that? I mean, hello? It doesn't even have a cover on it. Good grief. There are swans swimming, and not swans. What do they call those things? Geese, Canadian geese, swimming in the middle of the field. And that's a field, by the way. Back in 1986 and again in 96, 97, this field and this whole road, in fact, was flooded, like underwater flooded. People were using canoes to get around here. So, I mean, technically this is nothing, but considering we haven't seen rain in 7 years like this, then it's something. It's something noteworthy, but it's not like a drastic flood like has been here before. We've had, it was horrible in 96, 97, horrible. The horses were drowning because they couldn't get past the fence, the barbed wire fence, because it was all underwater, and they were trying to swim out, and they couldn't get past the fence. It was just horrible. They found horses stuck up in trees after the floodwaters receded. It was just absolutely horrible, and it was horrible. So, but this is nothing, but it's still something. It's noteworthy for the fact that we've had no rain for so long. Come on, let's go. Another shot of another spur of Dry Creek, which is supposed to be about that wide compared to the rest of this. Oh, looks like there's a nice branch. Behind me there's some homeless dude talking to somebody else who pulled over. So hopefully he'll leave me alone. But look, there's a big old oak tree down over there. One of many. It's nuts. This is another section of Dry Creek that's on 16th and Q. This is in the little town of Rio Linda. You may have heard of it if you listened to Rush Limbaugh at all back in the day when he was around. For those of you in Rio Linda. This section is supposed to be, again, not overflowing like that right there is coming down. That's not the creek. The creek is over there. Let's see if I can get over there. What is that tuft of fur-looking thing? I hope that's not a cat, dead or alive. It's clearly not. What is that tuft? I don't know if I want to go see. I don't know if I want to go see. I don't know if I want to go see. What am I doing? I'm going to see. Oh, it's plastic. Thank heavens. Okay, good. I'm good with that. Plastic, I'm good with. Not really, but you know. There's more of it over here, so okay, that's fine. Let's see. Something. What is that? Oh, it's a bicycle pump. And a glass jar. I just wanted to get down here so you could get a better view. So I could get a better view. Who am I kidding? I'm not going to get too close because I don't want to go sliding in. Which, knowing me, I would do that. It's so sad because there's big old oak trees down everywhere. Except right here so I can show you. But there's big old oak trees down. It's just so sad because they're so big and so old and they've just come up over the edge and couldn't handle it anymore. There'll be a lot of firewood next season. Which I could definitely use right now as firewood. So yeah, that's what's happening right now. So, what do you say we go find some other spots that might be flooded just to see? Come on. More oak trees down. Oh, that was a pine tree. It's the not so dry creek. This down here, where this fence is, it's usually a field, but now it's a lake. Well, I'm certainly glad to see that there's no animals in that pasture. There's one over there on the far side of the fence. Oh, and a big Brahma bull. Do you see that big Brahma back over there? Wow. This is close to Natomas. This is a western outskirts of like Rio Linda area. I decided to see what the damage was in Rio Linda because it has a history of flooding. And it's like, nothing says Rio Linda like water wings. There's your solar farm that's got plenty of water to grow more solar panels. It's kind of a weird house. There's no trim color. It's all the same color. Oh, terrific. What's happening over here? Oh, this is fun. Okay, how flooded is this going to get? Because I don't want to go down it if it's going to be, oh, it's not bad. Okay, we're good. I also don't want one of these widowmakers to fall on my head. Yep. Terrific. Somebody lost a couple. Oh, one gigantic, humongoid Listen to that water. Can you hear that? Jeez. Okay, so there's no real way to turn around here, but I can see the lines, and normally I wouldn't do that, but I go really, really, really slow. Somebody lost a eucalyptus tree. 2 of them, but it missed the mailbox. Well, talk about... Okay, and it went over here. It didn't hit the guy's fence, though, so that's good. Wow. This is craziness over here. Let's go over here. There's another pasture that's not quite pasture land. Look at this cool thing. I've never noticed that before. It's got it's set up like an old gas station, and it even has an old sign, 55 cents. You know that was a while back. How cool is that? Can you see that water rushing? I mean, just like rushing out of there. I mean, it's not like spewing, but it's rushing out of there. That's not supposed to be a lake. It's supposed to be a pasture. In fact, there's a couple of horses farther back up there. Wow. Oh no, there's that dog. There's that same dog. How did you get over here, little one? Oh no, this is the same one. Okay, we have to stop and get this dog. Oh, it's got a collar. Let's see if we can pick it up. What do you say? How is it? Not bad. You okay? So yeah, the little dog, his owner came out from one of the houses that was further up the road a ways and said, oh yeah, he gets out all the time, he'll be fine. I'm like, dude, don't do that. Anyway, the dog took off down the road and the guy went back in his house and I did what I could. I tried to catch him, all he did was just bark at me. So I saw another one this morning when I was going to the feed store, and it was a little Yorkie thing, and it was blistering down the road at top speed, and I went around trying to find it, and he had disappeared. I don't know where he went. Hopefully he went into a yard. I just saw another one running loose, but thankfully the owner came up behind it shortly after, so that's good because this one is a large breed with large teeth and large jaws, and I don't I don't want to. Yeah, so I found another site to see. I want to go check this out, so come on, let's go. This is a little one of the bike trails in town, and it's usually this section right here is dry because it's a dry wash that is only used if it rains too much. And guess what? It's rained too much. We've got some there, and let's see, let's go over here for a second. Yep, we got water. That's cool. Or is that one of those garden, those garden balls that are supposed to reflect? I don't know. This bike trail goes that way for, I think they actually connected it down to the American River, which is miles down there, like 19 miles or something like that. But honestly, if you walk much farther past, like, I don't know if you can see on the horizon over there, the white top of the water tower, but if you walk this bike trail much farther past that, you're taking your life in your hands, because you go through some pretty seedy parts of Sacramento that you just don't want to be on the bike trail. This is a different bike trail than the American River bike trail, which runs along the American River from like Folsom Dam down into Sacramento. This bike trail is this section of the bike trail is, I think it's called the Creek Bike Trail or something like that. Rio Linda bike trail, I don't know what it's called. But this section meets up with another section that goes, like I said, clear down through some sections of North Sacramento to Sacramento down to the American River. So I'll tell you one thing, rubber boots do not substitute well for hiking boots. So there's dogs running around everywhere. The two that I just saw, the big, what was it, a red Doberman Pinscher and a cattle dog. Apparently they were like 2 blocks that way. I followed them down a road and they actually ended up, I think, at their house. Somebody drove by and I said, do these dogs live here? And he said, yeah, I think so. That was good for me. But the dog, one of the dogs that I petted, she started chasing my car. Every time I'd try to leave, she'd follow me back out to the busy road. So I had to turn around and go some back way so she would stop following me out back into the busy street. So today's not the day to go driving around because I saw no less than 5 loose dogs. And I know that, and it was just in this little section of town. Man, it's crazy out there today. Anyway, that was a quick jaunt around to look at all the water that we had come down from the sky. And I think they call that rain. We had torrential downpours. So it's great. And a lot of the water has soaked in now, so that's good. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Talk to you later. Bye. I think this calls for junior mints.